Hello everyone, this is Professor Muldrow again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download, install, and use the PyCharm development tool for Python. This is the development tool I use for Python in both my CS31 and CS22 classes. What you need to do is go to this URL right here. Circle it right there. It is jetbrains.com/PyCharm. That is JetBrains, just like you see it right here, all one word, jetbrains.com/PyCharm. That's the URL you need to go to download this tool. Okay. Now then, when you do get here, you want to click the download button. As you can see here at the bottom, it says right here, free forever, plus 1 month of pro included. PyCharm has changed the way that you download install is you're downloading, there's just one download to do, is what I'm saying. And you'll get a free month of the professional edition. After that month, however, you won't have all the features of the professional edition, but you'll still have all the features in the free community edition. And for my classes, the community edition is all you will need. You don't need the features in the professional version, so don't worry about that. Okay, so when you click on the download button, you come to this screen. Now, by default, as you can see, it downloads a file for Windows. I believe this site will automatically detect what operating system you're on. So if you're on a Mac, this will probably say Mac OS as opposed to Windows. But all you do is click the download button a second time, and this window pops up, and you will download the file that you will need to have to install the tool. You just download it. Then when it's downloaded, select it and let it install, and that's it. Okay, now I've already installed this and I've used it many times. So let me show you what you get. Eventually, when you install PyCharm, you get a screen like this. Now, if you are brand new to PyCharm, you won't see a screen exactly like this. You'll see something with like 3 big icons to click. The reason mine looks this way is because I've used this tool a lot. So I have a lot of projects that have been created. But what you want to do when you want to write a Python program in PyCharm is you first click on the new project button, wherever it may be. And here are 2 things you're asked to do. First, you must give the project a name. I'll just name mine Hello Again. And then you want to go to the location area and click this icon to have a directory or folder where all your project files will be stored. Now, let me just say this. You want to have this directory someplace that's easy to find. For me, I'm putting mine on my desktop of my computer. If you would rather put it on a USB drive or a Google Drive, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you have it someplace that's easy for you to find. Okay, we create. So you hit the create button, and this is what the tool looks like. It may take a minute for this creating virtual environment window to go away. It has to do a lot of settings. So we'll just wait for that. Okay, it's all done, and here is what you have. Now, over here on the left side is what we call the project view. This basically just has the list of the folders and files that are in your project. Let me make that visible there. No, project view. Now, what you want to do here is once you get the project view, you want to create a Python file within your project. So I'm going to right-click on the name of my project, which in this case is Hello Again. And in the menu that pops up, go to New, and then don't go to File, go to Python File. That's the one you want, Python File. I click on that, and we must give the Python file a name. I'm going to name the file the same as the project. However, that is not required. You can name the Python file anything you want. You also are allowed to have more than one Python file within your project, as many as you want. So I hit enter, and here, as you can see, we now have a Python file within the project. Notice that it has an extension of .py. That is the extension for Python code files. It's .py. And then here is the editor to add code. Now, when you are creating code for a homework assignment or a project, before you start typing code, there is one other thing you must do. You must go to the Files area of Canvas and find this Word document. Its name is CS31 Comment Header. So let me just highlight that for you. Right here. CS31 comment header.docx. That is the name of this file. This contains a comment header that I want to see at the beginning of every file you submit for a homework assignment or a project. What you're going to do with it is you're going to come to the select area and do select all. So you select all of this. I'm going to right click in the selected area and select copy. Then I will come back to PyCharm and I will right click and select paste. Taking a minute, it didn't work. Let's try that again. Okay, I've selected all this. Let's copy. Paste. There we go. That time it worked. Okay. Now, what you need to do with this comment header is you need to fill out these three fields. First, your name. I'll type my first and last name. You use yours, of course. Then you type the name of the assignment, which in this case be like Chapter 1 homework. And then the due date. Let's say the due date is 12/10/2025. So those are the three things you put into that comment header. Again, I want to see this comment header at the beginning of your .py file for a homework assignment or for a project. It is not required for a lab assignment, only for homeworks and projects. Now I'll add a quick line of code. I'll just say this is Kyle Monroe. All right, now, when you want to execute your code for the first time after typing it in, what you must do is you must right-click here in the .py file and select the play button in the menu that pops up to run the program. And when you do, you get this window down here. This is your output. Now, what I like to do is in this run window or output window, I'll right-click in its title bar, and in this menu, I'll go to Move To, and I will select Right Top. And that moves the output up there. So here I've got my code on the left, I got my output on the right. A little more convenient. Okay, let's add one more line of code. We'll say, this is the end. Okay. Now that I have already run this program, I can still right-click in the .py file and select the play button from the menu. But now that I've already run the program once, I could also come up here to the title bar and select the play button right here. And that runs the program. I can do it once it's no longer the first time. I can run the program here from the .py file, or I can run it from the title bar. That, everyone, is how you install, use PyCharm. If you have, or let me say that again. This is how you install and use the PyCharm tool. If you have any questions, please send me an email at kmuldrow@lbcc.edu.